There's Chris Cook, who was third. And the champion, Keith
Neptune,
Swistock.
Jason Brown, Oakcrest.
145-pound final, Kevin Seward of Lenape, Kevin Wilson of Middletown South. Wilson, the top seed at 145.
You know, Mark, you spoke earlier about a wrestler who came on at the end of the year last year. Kevin Wilson just blossomed in the districts, was unbeatable in the districts. And they expect big things from him this year.
Wilson with a 2-1 lead as Wilson had a quick takedown and Seward counters with a 1-point escape. Seward was 17-9 a year ago, third in the districts. He's a junior. Wilson from Middletown South was 12-4. And there's a 2-point takedown for Wilson. I thought they had awarded it.
Didn't award it yet. Now he'll get it.
Yeah, Dan Lee had signaled it. 4-1 is the score with a minute left in the first period. Kevin Wilson of Middletown South controlling Lenape's Kevin Seward. Wilson has Seward's arm barred and can't do much without that arm. Seward just about plastered to the mat. A good hard ride by Wilson. Working on the head.
Wilson's just a physical kid. You can see that. I mean, all the moves are power moves.
Seward, that is, rolled out of it for a 1-point escape. It's 4-2 with 20 seconds left, and they'll come back to the center of the mat. So Wilson had a good hard ride going. Couldn't hang on for the last half minute. And Seward got the escape. 4-2.
I think it's safe to say Wilson is in very good shape. Ran cross country for the Eagles this year. First time. He's another kid who probably benefits by working out with Glenn Pritzloff.
There's Seward from Lenape. Kevin Wilson. His teammate Glenn Pritzlaff, Joe just mentioned, was a state champ a year ago, back for another go-round. We'll see him a little bit later. We got Wilson coming off the cross-country team and Pritzlaff coming off the football team. Some good versatile athletes over there at Middletown South. Looked in the box scores today, saw Dave Sergio from the football team playing basketball for the Eagles. Like to see that.
16 points, I think, and verbally also committed to Rutgers yesterday.
That was also in today's press, and that was a good story. As Sergio, I think, may not see him for a year or two up at Rutgers with Raymond Lucas in there, but that's a good move for Dave Sergio.
Fits into that offensive scheme very well. A lot of pressure there on this. It's a cerebral-oriented offense. The quarterbacks need to make a lot of reads, and I agree with you. I think he'll fit him well.
Minute and 20 seconds left in the second period. This is the 145-pound final. Kevin Wilson of Middletown South and Kevin Seward of Lenape.
Wilson working out front.
Well, he is really tough up on top. You don't see too many wrestlers maintain control from that position, and even Wilson can't do it as Seward gets a 1-point escape. It's awfully hard when you get caught around in front of your opponent to try to maintain control, and Seward scores his third escape of the match. Wilson has had a couple of takedowns.
Looking to work something off the tie-up, a duck under or something to that effect.
Seward doesn't look like a typical cross-country performer. Think of runners, you think of tall, lanky guys, and Wilson, very muscular. In deep on a single leg. Can he finish it off?
Couldn't turn him around.
Boy, was he in on that one.
And right away they called Seward for stalling.
Yeah, I was just thinking that Wilson has been much more aggressive in this bout. It's almost like Seward does not want to make a mistake. Wilson wrestling with abandon. 15 seconds left in the second period. 4-3 the score in favor of Middletown South's Kevin Wilson.
Seward's going to get hit, except for the fact the period's going to end. He's in trouble if he can't do something in the third.
He shot in, and Wilson, with a real strong counter, spins around for a takedown. So Seward, well aware of the fact that he had to become aggressive, tried to go for the legs of Wilson, and Wilson countered it extremely well.
Just a matter of quantity there instead of quality. He just took a sloppy shot, and Wilson was waiting and countered it for the takedown.
6-3 in favor of Kevin Wilson as we start the third period. And
you see some of that power we were talking about now. There it is.
Once again, it was Seward who initiated. Wilson had countered and got the 2 points for the takedown in an 8-3 lead. He is impressive.
I said earlier, I think Middletown South really expects a lot from him, you know, as a leadoff batter for Pritzlaff there.
Pritzlaff wrestling at 171 tonight. He won the state title at 160 a year ago. Does Tom Urbig envision keeping Pritzlaff at 171 this year? Or?
Look, Tommy's made no attempt to hide the fact that he's going to put Pritzlaff against the opponent's best kid. You might see him at 60. You might see him at 71. You might even see him at 89 against some of the better people at the Shore.
What about at crunch time at the end of the year?
I think he's going to go 60 again, personally. You know, Glenn told me he played football at about 163 pounds all year anyway, 163-pound nose guard. I think that's where he's going to go.
Minute and 20 seconds left in the third period of this 145-pound final. Kevin Wilson of Middletown South controlling Lenape's Kevin Seward, and controlling him well. That's a good, hard ride.
You touched on Mark before. It's very hard to control an opponent out there without covering the legs, and he's very strong.
Wilson concedes an escape to make it 8-4, under a minute. Seward went for a single leg, trying to hold off the counter of Wilson, and was able to take it out of bounds. 46 seconds left in the match.
Wilson, one of those fire plug sized wrestlers, tough to get in under.
And he's shown tonight that if you don't give it a full effort to get in and take the leg away, he's going to counter it in a hurry. .27 seconds.
Another stalling call against Seward. 1 point for Wilson.
Right, that makes it 9-4. Good double leg for Seward, and a whistle before, as Wilson appears to be shaken up. I think it was the takedown attempt of Seward that may have caught Wilson.
Did they butt heads? I didn't.
It was not a slam, but I think something may have happened on the takedown attempt.
Little tap and go. Unless they called it off the head slap, Mark, I don't.
Hope you're enjoying this action in the 145-pound final. Wilson looks to be all right.
And there's one of the great things about having a match judge. You saw John Gabrielli dive in and stop the action right away.
Sensing that something might have been wrong with Wilson. Ten seconds left in the bout. Kevin Wilson of Middletown South trying to hang on and win at 145.
I think Seward only made him mad.
That'll do it at 145 pounds. Top-seeded Kevin Wilson of Middletown South wins the Neptune Classic title 9-4 over Lenape's Kevin Seward. Kevin Wilson, I think you'd have to say that was a dominating performance. He never really let Seward into the match.
Very physical, which you like to see if you're a wrestler. Again, he's in great shape, and he never lets up. When you can go one speed like that, you're going to tire opponents out.